It's evident Kevin Owens has not been able to digest the idea of Cody Rhodes teaming up with Roman Reigns at WWE Bad Blood. Tensions are pretty on the surface between both Owens and Rhodes, especially last week on SmackDown. The former has been a massive part of the entire Bloodline story over the years. However, a veteran now feels that WWE is not using the former Universal Champion to the fullest. There have been rumors that Kevin Owens' contract will expire soon. In the past few months, Owens has been engaged in taking down the Bloodline and has played a major role in the storyline over the years. He further stated that WWE wasn't presenting the former Universal Champion as an important star. He added that it felt like the story could live without Owens in it. In the ever-evolving world of WWE, where the lines between reality and storylines are blurred, one cannot help but speculate on the fates of some of the greatest talents to ever step into the ring. The WWE Universe has seen a host of legendary champions rise and fall, but as the industry marches forward, sometimes it appears that even the most celebrated icons are not immune to being sidelined. In particular, there is growing concern among veterans and fans alike that a legendary former WWE Universal Champion, who once stood tall as a beacon of dominance, is being pushed to the sidelines despite a major tease involving Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. This raises the question: is there a reason why this giant of the business isn't front and center, or is this all part of a master plan? Let's talk about the man who seems to be in the shadows of WWE's current landscape. This is someone who has worn the Universal Championship with pride, a man who has been instrumental in shaping the company's modern era. He's someone who, at one point, was considered a locker room leader and a guaranteed main event attraction. But recently, his presence in WWE programming has been sporadic at best. Once revered for his explosive power, agility, and larger-than-life persona, he now seems to have fallen out of favor in the WWE's storylines. His absence has not gone unnoticed, and whispers of frustration have been circling in the industry. The veteran wrestling community, especially those who have been in the business long enough to understand its ebb and flow, are beginning to believe that this former champion is being quietly sidelined in favor of newer faces and ongoing narratives centered around top stars like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. To understand why this might be happening, one must first look at the current WWE landscape. Roman Reigns has been the undisputed centerpiece of WWE for several years now. His tribal chief persona has brought a level of dominance and stability to the Universal Championship that has rarely been seen in modern wrestling. Reigns' multi-year reign as champion has kept him at the forefront of every major storyline, and his association with the Bloodline has made him one of the most captivating figures in the business. His character's ability to blend a menacing aura with layers of complexity has kept fans hooked for years. On the other side, you have Cody Rhodes, a man who has returned to WWE with fire in his belly. Rhodes has taken his place as one of the company's top babyfaces. His rivalry with Roman Reigns has captured the imagination of fans, especially after Rhodes' emotional journey at WrestleMania 39, where he fell short of defeating Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The promise of finishing the story has left fans eagerly awaiting the next chapter of their feud. But while the focus remains on these two megastars, there's another story bubbling beneath the surface, a tease that has the potential to bring this sideline legend back into the spotlight. The WWE has never shied away from dropping breadcrumbs, especially when it comes to weaving long-term storytelling. In recent months, there has been a subtle yet noticeable tease involving the sidelined former champion. Hints have been dropped in promos, interviews, and even social media interactions that suggest a future collision course involving this legend, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. The mere thought of this returning champion standing face-to-face with these two juggernauts is enough to send shivers down the spine of any wrestling fan. However, despite this tease, there has been little movement in actually bringing the storyline to fruition. The legend remains in the shadows, with no clear indication of when or if he will make his triumphant return to the main event scene. Veterans who have spent years in the business understand the importance of timing, but they also understand the dangers of being out of sight, out of mind. In an industry as cutthroat as WWE, if you aren't actively involved in a storyline, you run the risk of being forgotten, no matter how legendary your status may be. This raises the concern that WWE may be unintentionally sidelining a man who still has so much to offer. To some, the sidelining of this legend may seem like a mistake, But from WWE's perspective, it could be a calculated decision. WWE's creative team is constantly tasked with balancing a roster full of talented superstars, while also pushing forward new faces who can carry the company into the future. As a result, veterans and legends often find themselves taking a backseat to the rising stars of tomorrow. In recent years, we've seen the likes of Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and even Kevin Owens rise to prominence, proving that WWE is willing to shift focus to those who are ready to take the reins. For all his accolades, the former champion in question may be a victim of this necessary evolution. WWE can't keep the same stars at the top forever, and sometimes legends are put on the back burner while the company explores new avenues of storytelling. However, this doesn't mean that the sidelining of this legend is permanent. WWE has a long history of bringing back former champions in spectacular fashion, particularly when the time is right for a major storyline. If the tease involving Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes is any indication, the former champion's time may be approaching sooner than we think. Veterans of the wrestling business often have a unique perspective on situations like this. They understand that wrestling, like any entertainment industry, is cyclical. What goes up must come down. And sometimes the biggest stars need to take a step back in order to allow others to shine. But there is also a belief among veterans that legends should be treated with respect, and that their legacy should not be diminished by prolonged absences or underutilization. For this former champion, it may be a matter of respect. Veterans who have seen him dominate in the ring believe that he still has what it takes to compete at the highest level. They believe that he deserves a place in the main event scene, particularly with the current tease involving Reigns and Rhodes. To see him sidelined, even temporarily, feels like a disservice to his contributions to the business. Ultimately, whether this legendary former Universal Champion is truly being sidelined or merely waiting for his moment is something that only time will tell. WWE is known for its surprises, and it's entirely possible that the company is simply biding its time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to reintroduce this giant of the industry in a major storyline that could change the landscape of WWE once again. If the tease involving Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes does come to fruition, the WWE Universe could be in for one of the most explosive rivalries in recent history. A showdown between three of the biggest names in the company could reignite the passion of fans and elevate all three competitors to even greater heights. For now, though, fans and veterans alike will have to wait and see whether this sideline legend will once again rise to prominence, or if he will continue to wait in the shadows of WWE ever-turning wheel. In the world of professional wrestling, nothing is certain, except that the next big moment is always just around the corner.